Your boy Stephen A. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Steel City. We got to get a playoff victory. We got to get a playoff victory. You see these people here? We know what time it is. My man R.C. Ryan Clark, Super Bowl champion. He's in the house. Cam Newton is in the house. This man right here. Come on over here, baby. You see this man right here? It's the Steel City, baby. It's time. It's the playoffs. What's up, everybody? It's your boy in the house. First Take is live from Pittsburgh. You know what I'm about to say, right? Holla at your boy!
First Take is presented by Freestyle Libre.
That's right, we are live from Pittsburgh ahead of tonight's wild card game between the Texans and the Steelers. We are at Shorty's Good Time Bar, and we are happy to have the Steelers faithful behind us. They got a long night tonight if they're going to stay up for this game. Look, they got terrible towels. They are ready to rock. Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Take. I am Shay Cornett. Of course, we've got the resident Steelers fan and Stephen A., Super Bowl champ with the Steelers here, Ryan Clark, and Cam Newton.
And the other guy.
And stop. I saw people with Cam Newton jerseys here. They were ready. They were ready for the party today. How does it feel to be back?
Oh, it feels great. Every time you're back here, you start to remember all the memories that we got an opportunity to make. And tonight is what builds legends. I actually texted Jalen Ramsey during the week, and I was like, no matter how the season went, all the people that go in the Hall of Honor are people who showed up in the biggest moments in the playoffs, and there's no better city to have a playoff game than Pittsburgh.
You got off the plane. It was a little cold here, and you got to be outside.
It's a little cold.
You got to be outside.
It's a little cold. It's a little cold.
I was in Miami. It was 80 degrees.
Excuse me, undisclosed tropical location. That's the first thing, right? That's number one. Number two, I'm here. It don't matter. It's a playoff game tonight. It's a playoff game tonight. How many games? You got to win tonight, okay? That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. It's time. Let's roll, y'all. Let's roll, y'all.
All right, here we go. Let's start with Wild Card Weekend and get into what we saw yesterday, because it was some great games over the weekend on both Saturday and on Sunday. The defending Super Bowl champions were eliminated in the Eagles yesterday by the Niners, 23-19. The Eagles were just doomed once again by that lethargic offense. Jalen Hurts threw for just 168 yards. Philly could only muster up 2 field goals in the second half. Here's Sirianni and Jalen Hurts after the loss.
Having everything in front of us, it was about winning. And that's something that we didn't collectively do. And that starts with me. So I take it very personally on that.
You got to use this adversity to shape you, and that's for everybody in that locker room. Myself, the coaches, the players. Let the pain shape you to what you want to be. And we'll use this like we used it at the end of 22, 23, because all that was necessary for 24, and we'll see what the future holds.
All right, so they're going to use this for next season. Their season obviously comes to an end. No longer can we call them the reigning Super Bowl champs. That'll be crowned to someone else here in a couple of weeks. But what do you think was the biggest reason the Eagles lost yesterday?
Well, listen, I would say Christian McCaffrey, C-Mac, and what he did in the fourth quarter, 3 receptions, 44 yards, 2 touchdowns. You could say him. But I would say the biggest thing is what we've been talking about all season long with the Philadelphia Eagles. The inconsistency, how just transparent and predictable their offense is. I'm going to make a prediction right here on First Take to start out the show. There will be a new offensive coordinator in Philadelphia next season. It's the worst kept secret in the National Football League. There will be a new offensive coordinator. There's no way you can keep Patullo after what we saw. They was just too predictable. And Dan Orlovsky pointed it out on Get Up a little bit earlier today. I think there was 7 plays that Jalen Hurts was lined up behind center instead of the shotgun. All 7 times they ran the football. I mean, just no ingenuity, no innovativeness whatsoever. And even though we're going to talk about at some point A.J. Brown, some of the drop passes and the things that, you asked for the attention, you asked for the allure, whatever, you wanted the ball in your hands. There were missed opportunities yesterday. It doesn't take away from the fact that he looked like an absolute prophet. What he had been lamenting and expressed concern about with the Philadelphia Eagles all season long came to fruition. Exactly what he was saying is exactly what we ended up lamenting. The Philadelphia Eagles deserve to lose this game. They deserve to be home because they never made amends for the errors that they were suffering from all season long.
We talked about it all year. Eventually, this offense was going to catch up with them, and it happened yesterday.
What?
Are we surprised?
No.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Are you surprised? I mean, at the end of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles were who we thought they were. And yesterday's performance was a microcosm of that. We've seen insufficient play. We've seen the ups and downs and the downs and the ups, and everybody tried to say, oh, they played the Washington Commanders, they're back. They played the Las Vegas Raiders, they're back. And then all of a sudden you run up against somebody who's competent at playing both sides or all three phases of football, and that's what happens. Everybody's going to make it about A.J. Brown. Well, they battled back from the drop that A.J. Brown had. So therefore, it's like, okay, what's your next excuse? And for all the people who are trying to hold A.J. Brown accordingly, I'm good with that. But make sure you hold Nick Sirianni accordingly, too. Jalen Hurts accordingly, too. Kevin Patullo accordingly, too. Because what we've seen is nothing new. They tried to mask it. They tried to put lip balm. They tried to put eyeliner. They tried to put mascara on it. And they tried to challenge the status quo of saying, you've been doing this all year, coming up short and falling victim to the expectations where we have had you set. And yesterday, it just showed the most.
What this was the Philadelphia Eagles offense playing too scared to win. They took 3 shots in the first half. They took a shot to Goddard. They took 2 shots to A.J. Brown. Everything else was short and intermediate. And when you look at this game, Kyle Shanahan is the person playing without a Brandon Ayuk who hasn't played all year. A George Kittle who tears his Achilles in the game. A Ricky Pearsall who was on the sideline. And like the Philadelphia Eagles were the team that were hampered. The Philadelphia Eagles was the offense that was on crutches. And when you look at this game and you pull back from it, Kevin Patullo has to be gone. Kevin Patullo shouldn't get an opportunity to even clean out his locker today after what we saw from that team. But also, Nick Sirianni has to be held accountable because he inserted himself into the offense mid-season. Yeah. And A.J. Brown, for whatever you think about his play, for whatever happened last night, what's happened during the season, these were the things that he was trying to bring up every single time you put a microphone in his place, in his face. And me, as a person who says, hey, keep locker room business, would say, shut it up and fix it. And they never fixed it, and now they're home watching another team go try to hoist the sticky Lombardi.
And it's important that you bring that up because when we saw A.J. Brown on the sideline getting into it with Nick Sirianni, I don't know what the hell was said. I'm willing to bet my check that's why. Because all of this stuff that we've been saying all season long, look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. Now, you get Jalen Hurts. You got to look at him, too, only from the standpoint. You got to look at him. They're getting into it right now, talking one another. But A.J. Brown, for him to do that, it's like, yo, this is the playoffs. This is what I've been saying. And you didn't want to listen. We didn't fix the problem. We had all these months to fix it. It never got fixed. So here we are right now. And then you look at Jalen Hurts. You're 0 for 7 on throws of 15-plus yards down the field. Listen, we can't escape certain things. Now, a couple of those plays, a couple of them were drops by A.J. Brown. We know that, okay? But in the same breath, you just look at them right now. Even Jalen Hurts going over to the sideline, there was a look on his face like, we really call